Here we go. Here we go, guys. Game number 4, I believe, of this Jordan 23 exhibition. For those of you guys who don't know, who have been living under a rock, or maybe you just recently got into the game, Jordan 23 is among the best players to ever play this game. Just recently got back into it, and he is getting back into shape. He is rated 1962. He's probably playing somewhere around that rating. He's working his way back up to that 2.4K, I suppose, that he used to be. He'll be up against Spring here. Spring from the U.S. Somebody told me once that this isn't the Spring that I know of. This is a different guy, but that seems really unlikely. USA Spring here, I believe, is the gentleman we know as Spring. He is, I think, the best American player in the game, as far as I know. So I will have to cheer for him slightly in my heart, since I am also a filthy American. But anyway, it will be a Huns war here on Arabia. Spring is a Huns expert. He is a specialist of Huns. He plays a ton of Huns. It looks like Jordan will have 2 gold piles off to the left of his base, not a very defensible position. Berries on the front, stone on the front. 1 back wood line here that is going to be decent. But I would say this is a pretty crappy map. We'll see if Jordan can find a way to dig out of it. On the other side, we will see Spring, gold off to the right, more gold on top of the hill. Front wood line for him. Very wallable top of this hill. In the end, that area is something that he can protect. Berries here are awkward with this weird pond. But all in all, I mean, Spring's map here is like a C-. Jordan's map is probably like a D. So, anyway, we'll see how this goes. Neither guy with a great map. Let's see how this Huns war on Arabia shakes out. This is the first game between these 2 guys that I know of since Jordan's been back. I've never seen these 2 players play against each other. But Spring is a player who's known for playing Huns, playing really aggressively, really a very impressive player, really a great player to watch. You guys should definitely check out that channel when you get a chance. Jordan is just coming back. He's just getting his feet back on the ground, but he is an OG. He can beat anybody, I do believe. I believe he's going to get back in shape. 4 vills on wood early for Jordan. Going out to the berries, or rather for Spring. Looks like Jordan will have 3. Could be an indicator. Usually 4 vills this early is an indicator that you are going to drush. Looks like Spring will be able to push these deer pretty easily if he wants to. And Spring drushing here, it seems like a smart move because he can wall the top of this hill and he can wall this whole right flank probably before his drush dies. And sometimes when you drush, that's all you're looking for, is to have some time to defend yourself. You can also envision like maybe walling toward the TC here or something, maybe like here, and you'd be really safe. Welcome to the channel, Waffle Town Waffles. Is that how it is? Waffles, Toa, Waffles to Waffles. Okay. Anyway, Spring pushing in deer, getting that food boost. Jordan on the other side will get the scouting boost. He's actually going to run a little past his opponent's map, but he's going to see that main stone, and he's going to know that Spring is very close by. Jordan will circle in from the back, and we'll see what he figures out. This pond is open. Ponds are almost always open, so keep that in mind in AOC. Jordan's going to scout around the backside, hopefully not tell his opponent that there is an opening there. Spring waiting on top of the hill for now. Going to push in yet another deer and continues to build up his food eco. Spring here could grab Jordan's scout. He's going to do some damage to it there, but in the end, Jordan will get out of dodge without losing too much. Losing HP on your scout early on in a Huns war is really a precarious thing because it usually turns into an early game scout battle. So if you have a little less HP than your opponent, you can really get caught on the wrong foot. So keep that in mind. Jordan grabbing loom, 20 villagers at the moment. On the other side of the map, we've got Spring, who is not loomed, and who looks like he's just going to click up. Spring has the wood for a barracks, but he hasn't built it yet. He's building out his second lumber camp. Spring here does not seem to me like he's going to go with a drush. He could go with archers directly if he wanted to with this sort of build, with the extra couple villagers. But for the moment, he'll grab loom, he'll push in deer, and I guess we will wait and see what Spring is up to. Killer B, love your stream, but already seen that game. This game is live. I don't believe you've seen this one just yet. That seems impossible. But thank you for the compliment nonetheless. We are enjoying a Spring v Jordan 1v1 live here on Voobly today. Jordan is he's going to be up on 20 Vils. He's probably going to go into Scouts. That would be really the only option, I think, at this point. It seems like a Scout build to me. He'll seed a bunch of farms, probably transition into Archers as you usually do in a Huns War. Spring on the other side will have a couple extra Vils. I don't exactly know what his plan is. He still doesn't have a barracks. Spring still hasn't built up a barracks just yet. Kahal Drogi is trolling us. I'm just sick of these games. I assume these people who always play this get housed all the time. Yep, these guys picked Huns because they're tired of getting housed. Feudal Age coming in for Spring. He will have a barracks down, probably a moment. I guess it will be there on time. Jordan on the other side will soon have a barracks. First couple scouts should be rolling out for him shortly. Jordan's done some pretty extensive scouting on Spring's map. He knows where the 2 wood lines are on the front. He knows where the berries are on the back. He knows about this little back entrance that will probably be open for quite some time. So expect Jordan to do some raiding through this back door at some point in this game. He's really crafty like that. Stable coming down for Spring, who is up quite a bit later than his opponent, but he'll have double bit axe, he'll have horse collar coming in. Spring's eco will be pretty decent. If we look at Jordan, he's strapped for resources. On the other side of the map, Spring's going to actually have quite a lot in the bank. He will lose a villager right off the bat, but we'll see. We'll see what Spring does here in the long run. He's going to be on the back foot, going up a little later than his opponent, but better economy slightly. Well, he's down by a Vil now, but he will have a little bit more resource in the bank. Scouts rolling out to the top of the hill. And we'll see. A couple spearmen here for Spring. He is also up against a wolf, which is a bit annoying for him. Hard to kill a wolf with a spearman. It takes a long damn time. In the meantime, Jordan will take advantage. He'll run his scouts directly in toward this wood line. Again, idling a couple of Vils. Annoying here. And getting out of dodge without taking too many pokes. Spring is pushing all in on the hill. He's really invested on holding this particular part of this particular hill. He's walled in toward his TC here so that his opponent can't hit him on that side. Seems very nice. And a little bit of walling here would also close that side. So this is really the only entrance that Spring has that's really vulnerable. Welcome, welcome to the channel, Super Bua and Bloody Unity. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. Jordan sending in a spearman to his suicidal death. Couple of scouts back home for Jordan, adding in an archery range. Going to start transitioning into archers. At the moment, Spring has spent all those extra resources he had going up, and these guys will be on somewhat equal footing. Spring with a pretty big army, which is going to start coming forward now. Most of it. Looks like all but 1 scout. No upgrades on those scouts just yet. Spearmen are on the way in the back. They should help to push back the scouts from Jordan. Jordan doesn't have upgrades either, but it is an archer transition, and Spring has already seen it. No big surprise. This is about the time in the game that you want to start cranking archers. Spring will also wall toward the TC, but keep this back pond in mind. I mean, it's a live game, guys. I have to make some guesses sometimes, but my guess is that Jordan will hit that back area at some point this game. Seems pretty obvious to me. Spearmen on the front are going to actually do quite a good job here from Spring. Going to dwindle the defensive spears from Jordan down and basically give Spring a little bit more initiative, keeping Jordan in his own side of the map for the moment. It's not going to last forever, but a couple good spearman pokes there. A couple villagers in the mix. Total Vil count is +3 for Jordan, who's adding in another archery range. But Spring here is going to kill a Vil, probably. No, not quite. But he's idling quite a bit of gold economy, slowing down the archer production, one would think. Spring will come with 5 more scouts, so he is not transitioning just yet into archers. Looks like he will be putting his foot down to the ground. I don't know what I'm saying. He's putting the pedal to the metal on scout production. He could have run in the back door if he wanted to and could have gotten to this wood line, but hindsight is always 20/20. For now, the red player Spring is just trying to join forces with the rest of his army. Has the extra 20 HP from bloodlines. Jordan does not. So a spearman here is really no longer that useful of... It's no longer that useful of a counter once your opponent has bloodlines. Spring will add in double ranges on top of the hill. He is happily taking gold now. Pumping out archers, seems to actually be in a pretty good position. Jordan's going to have to build a defensive tower that will stop him from dropping extra TCs in the next age. Remember, his stone here isn't really all that safe either. So for now, Jordan on the defensive, having to build a tower. I think it's a necessary evil. Spring still running in, still annoying, still idling economy. cranking out archers as we speak, grabbing wheelbarrow. Will be clicking up relatively soon. Jordan on the other side is actually a little strapped for gold. Jordan here needs to have his gold safe. He needs to get enough gold to get up. Obviously, that, you know, I would assume that he's going to slow down archer production here, but we'll see. He needs to keep up with his opponent, I suppose. Spring is ready to knock on the front door once again as we welcome a couple of new folks to the channel. You not only have to be the chosen one, you have to put in the hours. I like that. That's very true. Jordan here is putting in the hours to try to get back in shape. Right now, he is a little behind Spring. Spring's coming forward with villagers. These vills are... They're going to drop a tower somewhere, I guess. Is that the plan? I think if they had snuck in from a different angle, Spring could have caught him off guard. Spring will actually walk within the line of sight, I believe, of Jordan's area. But he will circle those vills around. He's thinking maybe like a tower here would be nasty, right? A tower like here would be absolutely crushing. But we'll see. Spring with those two vills forward, still has the bigger army. Jordan still can't really take this fight. Jordan will click to castle first, and on the other side of the map, we will see USA Spring. He'll be clicking in a moment. So Spring will click in a moment. He's going to drop a tower here. It's a pretty damn good tower because it's going to idle a lot of Jordan's gold. There's a hole in this wall. That is a really unfortunate hole. These scouts will run into the back wood line, and Jordan here is going to be in a lot of trouble. Not only will the tower go up and hurt his gold pile, but he's going to lose a couple vills on this back wood line. B-Sider, this is AOC. We're watching a live game on Voobly between Jordan and Spring. Jordan is the old school legendary player that we all know and love. But right now he's getting beat up by the top American player. Is that true? I think that's probably true. I think Spring might be the highest rated. Gonna stonewall in his tower. Castle Age will be here for Jordan, but he's losing his wood line on this side. Let's see if his resources... no wood. No gold economy here, at least for now. Going to transition to the other side. Doesn't even have the wood for a mining camp right now. So Jordan gets Castle Age. He can build a knight, but that is really about the size of it for now. One knight, one cav archer coming out. That's not what you were hoping for when you hit the Castle Age. Still, USA Spring is camping this wood line. It's a brilliant play because Jordan is having to take all of his wood on this new clustered wood line. This is a really great play from Spring. You don't always have to starve your opponent of gold. Sometimes wood will do the trick. But Spring does have a new, Jordan does have a new wood line on this side. He's got a decent army starting to build up. Scale barding armor on the way. Spring's tower here is really annoying, but in the end, Spring's going to have to do a bit more. I think he's going to have to do a bit more damage in the long run. Where did those scouts go? Oh, they roamed around to the other side, and now they're finding that newly established wood line from Jordan. Spring was maybe palisade scouting, or maybe he just sees the obvious writing on the wall. Spearmen here will still do some damage to these scouts, but of course, bloodline scouts for Spring will knock this down. Crossbowman and bodkin arrow coming in for the red player who's got an army on the way. He's got a forward siege workshop on the way, and he's got some raiding that is really, really hurting Jordan. Jordan does not have anything to put this fire out just yet. He will eventually bring some cav archers over here, but look at this. Spring will be on that wood line in a flash if he wants to shoot over the wood line and kill more villagers. He certainly can. Spring is in a commanding position. I told you early in the game, he's kind of famous for being really, really aggressive, and he's famous for being great with Huns. And he's been both aggressive and great with Huns in this particular match. I would say this is a really nice exhibition of what Spring is capable of. Jordan here is going to give it the old college try, pumping out cav archers. He is not totally out of this yet. He's behind, but if he can seize the initiative somehow, we could see Jordan get back into it. Spring on his side is on 1 TC, and Jordan on his side is also on 1 town center. Sorry for the blurry scrolling. Nice job here for the moment from Jordan to deny this town center, but in the end, this new range, but in the end, Spring will get that range up. Spring's raiding put Jordan a little bit behind, and this tower really taking away the main gold, put Jordan in a really bad spot, and at the end of it, it will be Spring taking away a win. The colors flipped here at the end, but we know who won that one. Spring getting the win in a really nice game. And let's check out the achievements real quick. Spring playing really, really nicely there. Jordan put up a pretty good fight, but you can see the kill death was in Spring's favor. Nobody grabbing relics, but villagers were pretty damn close. In the end, Spring's positioning really did win him the game. Made some really nice decisions. And GG is indeed in order.